Hi, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Kathy Giordano, and today we'll be talking with Hassan, Dr. Thomas Stockman, Paul Baumer, and Frankenstein's creature.
Hello, I'm Dr. Thomas Stockman.
My name is Paul Baumer. I am the creature product of Victor Frankenstein.
Hello, I'm Hassan.
Well, why don't you each tell me a little bit about yourselves?
I was born in Kabul.
Where is Kabul?
Kabul is in Afghanistan. I worked for my friends Amir and Baba. I then moved away, met my wife, and moved back to Kabul. We had a child there.
I lived in a small town. I was the doctor there. My brother Peter, he was the mayor. One instance, I did the right thing. I brought what was justice. The bass that brought so many people, attracted so many visitors, was tainted. And nobody cared. Nobody. All they cared about was money, and the corruption underneath the town was just too much for me to handle. At first, everyone agreed with me. However, later on, they got greedy and they turned sides. I couldn't live with it. I stood alone and I was strong. And now,
That's very sad to hear.
I'm sorry.
I was created one stormy night. I don't know much, but ever since then I've been trying to find my way on my own. It's been hard.
Excuse me, Aga, what is your name?
I don't know. At the age of 18, I was forced to enroll into the army, along with my other peers in high school. I was so young, yet life was really happening. I don't like to talk about this matter. It's a sore subject. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. What instigated the feeling of abandonment in your lives?
The first time I felt abandoned is when I was in an alley getting taken advantage of while my best friend was watching and didn't stick up for me. The second time is when Amir placed a watch and money underneath my pillow. I'm assuming he did this out of guilt.
That must have been very hard for you.
I'm sorry. Did you stand up for yourself?
Thank God I'm here today.
What really isolated me was it had to be with the baths. They were toxic, they were poisonous to the people, but no one cared. Of course, Holstad and Eslaxon, they agreed with me first. They were all on my side until my brother Peter. The money took a hold of him. The attraction just was too much, and he really wanted the baths to be this year's attraction. The town meeting, I stood in front of everyone, every single one. I gave my testimony. I proclaimed that there was injustice. But I truly felt isolated when I looked out into the crowd and everyone was just incompetent and illiterate. I was fired as well, and that really abandoned me, but I stayed strong and
I tried to do my best.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Okay. It was just such a hard time. I felt so alone.
oh, excuse me. Hello? Oh, okay, I'll be right there. Excuse me, I have to go.
Goodbye.
I would have to say for me in my life, the biggest, I don't know,
word, person in my life to cause me isolation would have to be Victor Frankenstein, for he is my creator and the one who left me by alone. Later in my life, when I reached a cottage, I tried to find my way and interact with some local townspeople, but apparently my looks are different from those of...
How did you try to find your way, Aga?
I couldn't. It wasn't until the day that I was sent away by... trying to recall the name of the young man. Felix sent me away, saying that I was too ugly.
And creature-like?
I guess you could say that. It was then that I got on the road and path of destruction to gain my revenge. For me, I felt abandoned on the battlefield. It was my time and when I needed most that my comrades, my peers, my friends were not there for me. And specifically when I was in the shell hole, I had murdered a man, and I'm ashamed of it actually. I needed people. I needed my friends, and no one was there for me. I don't know what to say. I don't want to talk about it. But as for isolation, when I returned home to my father, my mother, my sister, my family all, I was isolated by the other people. I was isolated by my family, for they all thought I was a hero. I was a hero for the wrong reasons. I did not do what I enjoyed doing. I lost my dignity, my courage, and I still have not gained it back to this day. People looked at me the way that I shouldn't be looked at, and forever I will be ashamed.
That seems like a tough experience, Aga.
It is. It really is.
How does the past affect the way you see and step into the future?
It's been hard to cope with the past, but definitely doable. It's taught me to accept who I am. I will always stick up for what I believe in, and hopefully my son will take after me.
The way that I've been treated in the past by almost everyone was very bad. It has affected the way that I view humanity, nature, and myself. Because of this, not only do I hate myself, but I hate everyone. Abandonment and isolation have affected me and my views in a negative way. I have learned when you need your comrades and friends the most, that they will not be there for you. I have also learned that you can only rely on yourself. There's not much else to say. It is pretty self-explanatory. And I'm sorry for the harsh reality of what it really is. Where, Dr. Stockman?
Nice for you to join, Aga.
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
So, it really affected me in my life. It still does today. But I truly embrace the abandonment and the isolation. And I always say, the strongest man stands alone.
That was great.
Salud!
Okay, thank you. And I hope to see all of you soon.